Today we're gonna rank every food in Minecraft. I would say let's get straight into it. Very important before we start, it's a personal ranking, so it's based on my experiences, and I also take stuff in like how easy is it to get it in early game, how easy is it to craft, like how many resources you need. So I'm pretty sure a lot of decisions from me will decide you, and make sure to write in the comments if you agree with my opinions. But I would say let's go now. I have done 4 categories and we're gonna go from worst to best. We're gonna start with the worst right now. So here we're gonna start with the cookie. The cookie isn't a too bad food, but yeah, it's very hard to craft. And as far as I know, the resources that you need for crafting a cookie will give you more food than the cookie itself. So in my opinion, a very bad food source. Yeah. Then glowberries, obviously. They are pretty hard to get, and they're also not recovering a lot of food. Cake, the same as for cookie, hard to craft, and like it's not worth crafting a cake. Dried kelp is not too bad. I was struggling if I should rank it 1 rank higher, because you can make it, you can get a lot of them, especially if you automate it with a farm, but it's not recovering enough, so I have put it into this tier here, because it's not too good, but it could be ranked 1 rank higher. The poisonous potato, spider eye, rotten flesh, and pufferfish, like they are all basically trash. Some of them even hurt you, so I wouldn't recommend using one of these. Then we have the chorus root. It's recovering a little bit of food, but you only get it in late game, so when you achieve them, you don't need them anymore, and they teleport you away. So it's basically a little bit a small grief to use them, and I'm pretty sure no one is using it for food, for a food source. And the tropical fish, it's recovering almost no food, and it's basically useless since you can't cook it. And if you're looking for a reliable server for your Minecraft world or other games, check out the sponsor of today's video, Gportal. With Gportal, you can set up your own server super easily in just a few minutes. It's super flexible and gives you tons of options to customize everything just the way you like it. And as the best part, by using the link in the video description, you'll get a 10% off your server, and you'll be also supporting my channel. Whether you want to play alone, with friends, or even with a big community, Gportal is the perfect solution for you. Go ahead and give it a try. The link is down in the video description. Now let's get back to the video. Enjoy. Let's go to the next tier here. Here we're gonna start with a lot of raw stuff, because here, for example, raw rabbit, it's basically hard to obtain a rabbit. You could also optimize it, but it's raw and it's not worth eating. Same with raw salmon, raw cod, and raw chicken. Then we have a beetroot, also like a little bit harder than other resources to get, but it's still raw, and like it's not recovering enough to be in a high rank. Then we have the carrot, same as for the beetroot. It's a little bit easier to get, and you could also get a lot of them, but it's still raw, and it won't recover a lot of hunger. Then we have the potato, same as for the carrot. Then we have the pumpkin pie. This might surprise some of you, but it's a little bit easier to craft than a cake, for example, and it's, as far as I know, recovering a little bit more hunger. So in my opinion, a little bit better than the other crafted resources, but it's still not too good, since you need resources that are not easily to obtain. Then raw pork chop, raw mutton, and raw beef, same as for the other raw stuff, like it's still raw and not recovering a lot of hunger. Then we have an apple and a melon slice. Also same as for the carrots. They're pretty hard to get, and not recovering enough to be worth it using them. So let's get to the second best. Like here we have already food that could be used in mid to late game, also in early game in some parts, but these are some of the best foods already. Here we have the baked potato. You can easily build a small potato farm, or you get tons of potato by just harvesting them manually, and after baking them, which is pretty easy to do, you get a baked potato, which is recovering already a lot of food, and it's very efficient. So definitely a very good, I would say, A tier food. Then we have the cooked cod, and this is pretty hard to get, since you get it from fishing, or you could optimize it by a farm, but often everyone is fishing at some point and has then a lot of raw fish laying around, so After cooking them, they are a pretty good resource that you can use and take with you if you're lacking food. So yeah, that is why I'm ranking it so high. Same for cooked rabbit and cooked pork chop. I would say cooked pork chop is probably the best one in this tier because it's super easily to get, and you can also optimize it by hoglins in the nether, so you can build a farm. I'm gonna link it in the video description. So it's basically one of the best ones. It could be ranked a little bit higher, but there is better food in the next tier. Yeah, rabbits are a little bit harder to get, but cooked, it's still a pretty good food source. Then we have cooked chicken. Also, you can optimize it with a farm, and so it's a very good food here. Then a lot of you will be surprised now. Why is the enchanted golden apple here and not on the higher tier? Like, it's a simple reason. It's not early game friendly, it's not late game friendly, and it's not easily to obtain. It's basically, just a collecting item, not a real food. Like, if you have multiple of them, which is already pretty rare, you will just take them with you if you go on a super dangerous adventure or so. But it's not a normal food. So it's the best food in the game, but it's not, you can't really use it. So I ranked it in this tier here, since it's obviously the best food, but it's not like, you can't use it, or you will rarely use it, and you can't just take 2 stacks with you and eat them. So this is why the enchanted golden apple is here. If you have infinite amounts of them, obviously it's by far the best food, so yeah. Then we have cooked mutton, same as for cooked rabbit. They are pretty easy to get, or or cooked rabbit, or cooked pig, pork chop, or cooked chicken, and it's recovering a lot of health and food. And then we have cooked salmon, same reasons as for the cooked cod. Let's get to the best food. I'm pretty sure that especially the first one will surprise you, but I'm gonna explain everything, and you can discuss in the comments if you agree with me or not. So we're gonna start with sweet berries. So why do I put sweet berries in the best tier food? It's pretty simple, because I rank it in the highest tier as an early game food source. Especially if you play with friends, you will always lack food at the beginning, and if you have some berry bushes, you have infinite amount of food. They regrow very quickly. You can just plant new ones with the berry you collect, and you can just make a field of them, and you have infinite amounts of berries. And especially if you're playing with friends and you don't have an automated food farm yet, you can easily get infinite amounts of berries, which is, in my opinion, pretty insane. And as far as I know, a lot of beginners use this as an infinite food source, so they don't have to build a farm. And this is why I rank it in the highest tier. Yeah, probably some of you would disagree on that one with me, but I think it's one of the best foods. I also have bread in here. Why do I have bread in here? It's already a pretty good food, but like based on the stats, it's again not one of the best ones. Same for the sweet berries, but it's much better than the sweet berries, like efficiently wise. But you still need a field for that, or if you're lucky, in villages in early game you can find these hay balls, and then you get stacks of bread, which is pretty strong, and you will survive with it very long. And since it's that easy to get in early game, I've ranked it in the highest tier here, since it's good on the efficiency scale, and it's easy to obtain in some cases. Then yeah, we have a steak. I would say this is the by far best mid to end game food, since cows are easy to breed, or you can automate it in a farm, and then the efficiency of the steak is one of the highest. And yeah, this is why I rank it that high. They are easy to get in late and early, mid and late game, and yeah, they're very, very efficient. So this is basically the cow meat here. And then we have probably the best end game food, which are golden carrots and golden apples. If you have a gold farm, they are pretty easy to obtain, so you need apples and carrots, and then can make a golden carrot or apple. I would even rank the golden carrot a little bit higher than the golden apple, because apples are obviously harder to obtain in-game than carrots. Because for carrots you can make an automated farm, and you have infinite amount of carrots, and from a gold farm you get infinite amount of gold, and the efficiency of both of them is very, very good. And yeah, so that's why I'm ranking these two on the highest tier for late game food. So this is the best early game food, the bread and berries. This is the best mid to late game food, the steak, and this is by far the best late game food. So write in the comments if you agree with my rating, and yeah, if you want to see any other tutorials, make sure to check out the video description or the videos that are linked right here right now, and then hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!